Hi everyone. This marks our final weekly Altadena Community Meeting. Since early February, these meetings have served as a direct and transparent line of communication between the county and the Altadena residents. We created this weekly format because in the earliest phase of recovery, timely information was critical. Week after week, you showed up, engaged, patient, and determined. I want to begin by thanking each of you for your resilience and your partnership. We have made significant and meaningful progress in the last few months. One of the most important milestones, at least 5 families have now received certificate of occupancy and are back in their homes. This is more than construction. It represents stability, it represents healing, and it represents hope for many more families who are still on their path home. County departments have worked in coordinated, unprecedented ways, cutting permitting timelines, accelerating reviews, and troubleshooting in real time. There is still so much more work to be done to ensure unnecessary hurdles are moved out of the way of rebuilding, and I am committed to achieving these solutions. As of last Friday, 2,500 rebuild applications have been received. Not all of those have submitted full building plans, but they have started the process. Of those, 963 building permits have been issued for Altadena, with 444 projects actively in construction. It's encouraging to see so many residents are ready to rebuild. But it's clear there are still thousands of families struggling to find the financial certainty to move forward. My continued focus will be ensuring that we work side by side with the state and federal government, philanthropy, and nonprofit organizations to identify the resources needed to help each family start this process and to return home. For those of you who are rebuilding, I want to highlight a tool that the county has created that offers you a list of contractors to choose from. As many of you saw last week, the district attorney is working hard to go after those unlicensed contractors who are preying on survivors. If you are seeking services from a verified list of contractors, this information can be found at recovery.lacounty.gov. We've also advanced an important long-term recovery tool, the Altadena Wildfire Recovery Infrastructure Financing District. This financing district will bring in new, dedicated resources to rebuild and modernize infrastructure without increased local taxes. The first meeting in the district took place earlier today, establishing protocols and adopting the financing plan. There will be significant public outreach in the weeks and months to come to identify priorities and funding. While there are some critical projects that must move forward immediately, the long-term rebuilding of county infrastructure can and will be driven by the needs of our community. I am working to identify immediate funding solutions as a district is designed to generate revenues over a long period of time. As I share all these updates, I want to highlight that these weekly meetings were established because information was changing quickly and the community needed updates just as quickly. Our recovery efforts have now entered a more predictable phase. While our weekly meetings are concluding, I want to be clear. My commitment to communication and transparency is ongoing. You can continue to stay connected with my office on social media, on my website, in my weekly newsletter, or via email at altadenarecovery@bos.lacounty.gov. The county's recovery and rebuilding teams will continue their long-term work. We will maintain direct support for families navigating insurance challenges, permitting, designing, and rebuilding. We will continue to prioritize home reconstruction, infrastructure, recovery, and legislative advocacy at the state and federal levels. As you will see, continued coordination across county departments, as well as public and private sector partners, as we reconstruct public and civic infrastructure. I remain committed, and every county team remains committed to standing with Altadena until the last home is rebuilt and the community is whole. Thank you for your trust, thank you for your partnership, and thank you for your unwavering spirit. We are moving into the next phase together.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for the opportunity to provide an update on the rebuilding progress. My name is Tara Haramoto. I'm a principal engineer at LA County Public Works, leading coordination efforts at the Altadena One-Stop Permit Center. Today, I will walk through the types of agency clearances your project may require and how to navigate that process. We've covered these materials before, but we want to ensure that you have the right resources and understand how agency referrals work. The agency referral sheet outlines the additional agency approvals needed before a permit can be issued, and the required agencies vary based on your project scope. When you submit your plans, Public Works staff will screen the package for completeness. Once verified, we'll prepare and upload a project-specific agency referral sheet in Epic LA. As we review your plans, you and your team can begin obtaining and uploading required clearances. This helps ensure that once the plans are approved, all clearances can be quickly verified, so you are ready for permit issuance, which is required to begin construction. Some clearances may be deferred and obtained during construction, but all must be completed before the final building inspection. If, during plan check, the engineer identifies the need for any additional agency review, a revised agency referral will be issued. It's very important to highlight agency clearances for fire rebuilds that will require your action. All fire rebuild projects will require a water will serve letter from your water agency. A will serve letter is an official document issued by your water company stating that the agency has the capacity to provide water service for your planned project, subject to specified conditions. We have worked with the water companies to create this form, shown on the screen, to explain what a water will serve letter is, why it's needed for your rebuild, and how to obtain it. You can find this form on our Roadmap to Rebuilding page on the LA County Recover site within the permit process step. Even though water service existed at the address, rebuilding can change the water demand. Some examples might include additional water fixtures, current fire code compliance, including interior fire sprinklers, minimum fire hydrant flow, and minimum water meter size requirements, and changes in California water conservation laws and landscaping regulation. Once Public Works provides your agency referral document, it is advisable to contact your water company. Review times can vary, but please be aware that water companies may need 10 days or more to complete this step. This is why it is recommended that applicants work with their water company or any agency referral while plans are under review, so that once your plans are approved, you will have the agency approvals completed. For all fire rebuilds, it is important that you engage Southern California Edison during the plan review process. SCE is involved with where and how power will be provided to serve your property. There are areas for which undergrounding is planned, and it will be imperative that you install an adaptable panel that can be served overhead and later converted to be served by underground power. These adaptable power panels cost the same as traditional panels and will prepare you to continue to receive power for the life of the panel. Working with Edison will be the best way to stay informed on how to prepare your site now and for the future. All fire rebuilds, new ADUs, new panels, and temporary power require a service request form from SCE. You can apply online at sce.com/partners. School district fees are required only for projects that add more than 500 square feet to the square footage of the original permitted structures. When you submit full building plans, Public Works will evaluate if school district fees are required. If so, we will prepare and provide a school district form attached to the agency referral sheet. The form will indicate the total square footage of the property that is subject to developer fees. You can email a copy of the application form to the Pasadena Unified School District to determine the total school fees. The school district has an instructions document which lets you know how to connect with them, what to provide, various accepted payments and methods, etc. On the agency referral, we provide you with the action items that you can take to continue progress. Also, on the agency referral document, we will notify you of which county departments are receiving your plans while the building plan review is being performed. These referrals are made internally with us at the county. The notification is provided in the event you receive contact or comments from the respective departments. Another available resource is the Disaster Case Management Program, or DCMP. This is a FEMA-funded program that assists survivors of federally declared disasters. The goal of the DCMP is to help those impacted by wildfires or other disasters develop and carry out long-term recovery goals. These services are provided through qualified nonprofit local organizations in the area. The DCMP program provides case managers who work one-on-one with survivors to create a realistic long-term recovery plan that reflects their needs and circumstances. Case managers can help survivors through insurance and help with issues related to FEMA or SBA assistance. They can also help identifying financing options when additional funding is needed and support the rebuilding process by helping survivors explore floor plans or find qualified building contractors. Throughout the process, the case manager serves as a central resource, linking survivors to services, organizations, and programs that can aid in their overall recovery. To access DCMP support, you can call the statewide access line at 833-755-3267 or visit the LA Recovery website, recovery.lacounty.gov/disaster-case-management-program. We recently launched a new AI tool called Can I Build? And it can be found on the LA Recovers website at recovery.lacounty.gov/plans portal. Type in your address and you're able to select from a list of options to view a plan on your lot. This tool helps you visualize layouts and determine zoning and lot requirements. We are currently making adjustments to see both plans for single-family homes and ADUs. The LA County Recovers permitting dashboard has a new look. Residents can track permit activity, interact with our new layout, and see how recovery is advancing by visiting recovery.lacounty.gov/permitting-progress-dashboard. As of today, LA County has received 2,507 rebuild applications. These applications span a wide range of projects, including single-family homes, accessory dwelling units, garages, accessory structures, multifamily developments, and non-residential properties. Since last week, 42 new building permits have been issued as residents move to construction. We hope this additional data helps to provide a more detailed picture of the average amount of time that a rebuild application spends in review. This concludes my updates for today, and thank you for your time.
Hello, my name is Curtis Frazier. I am the New Business Operations and District Planning Manager at SoCalGas. SoCalGas is committed to making the natural gas restoration process as seamless as possible for the affected residents and businesses. At this time, we are not charging customers for restoring their previously existing natural gas service to their properties and are providing personalized support for a safe and seamless natural gas restoration process. I will go through the steps of rebuilding and restoring your natural gas service. We also have a dedicated rebuild webpage that details these steps at socalgas.com/rebuild. Step 1, plan. Customers or licensed contractors should request service restoration during the planning stages of their project before construction begins. To begin the process, please fill out the simple form at socalgas.com/rebuild form. After completing the form, an email confirmation will be sent to the email address you provide. It is important to submit the application as early as possible. We recommend at least 3 months before the date natural gas service is needed. This will provide ample time to plan, permit, install, and turn on the natural gas service. A SoCalGas planning representative will contact you within 5 business days after submitting the rebuild form. For homes being rebuilt, we are offering customers a residential energy-efficient fire rebuild program, which provides financial incentives for single-family and multi-family homes prior to the start of construction. Step 2, build. SoCalGas representatives will perform several site visits throughout the process and will advise customers to where the natural gas meters will be placed. They will also evaluate the property's projected natural gas needs to determine what size service line will be required. In instances where the service installation deviates from the original service, a contract will be issued to customers for estimated costs exceeding the original service installation credit amount. After all planning, utility coordination, permitting, contract payment, if applicable, is complete, and prior to natural gas service installation, the customer should ensure they have fulfilled all the city requirements. As with any time you dig, please make it a priority to call Dig Alert at 811 prior to digging. All underground utilities, gas, water, electric, telecom, etc., should be identified with their location marked. Step 3, restore. A SoCalGas planning representative will schedule the underground natural gas service line restoration when the customer notifies SoCalGas that the property is ready. The representative will also provide instructions on the meter set scheduling process to align with the customer's need by date. Only SoCalGas personnel or agents authorized by SoCalGas may reconnect your service. Prior to the natural gas meter being set and turned on, SoCalGas requires a house line release notification from the city. This is a critical step to ensure that the customer's natural gas turn-on schedule is met. During your appointment, a SoCalGas representative will meet you at your home and perform a safety check on all appliances as part of the reconnection process. Step 4, save. Apply for SoCalGas increase and exclusive rebates. Please visit socalgas.com/rebates to learn more. These 4 steps, FAQs, and additional information about various rebate and assistance programs can be found on our Rebuild website. We stand by our customers and support efforts to build back communities so that residents who lost their homes, schools, places of worship, and businesses can rebuild their lives. We are ready to reconnect when you are.